It's still happy hour with John Gaskins. This round's on me.
Well, America is what? Fourth of the way home to a World Cup title, first ever. Cheers. Cheers. And we're going to watch it all happen at kRav'N, 69th and Louise, the official watch party place of the American Outlaws. And Jackson Rentschler from kRav'N is here, and he's ready. He's got his... Yeah, we are recording this tonight. A lot of people are going to be listening to this after tonight, which is okay, because tonight's basically practice.
Yeah, preseason. A little preseason game, yeah.
It's a little awkward here. Trent is here. We've got two microphones, three guys, and so we're here to just talk about what the Americans have pulled off, outscoring their first two opponents 6-1, vaulting into the top 10 of the Vegas odds to win the Cup. How good really are they? They're doing this all without their best player. And, oh, by the way, Jackson got to see a World Cup soccer game at Arrowhead Stadium. And for those of you who don't know, he, like Trent and I, huge Kansas City Chiefs fans. So,
right.
I mean, I kind of want to carve into that. Take us there. Take us to Arrowhead. Algeria versus Argentina.
It was. I got a phone call on Sunday night and said, "Hey, I have a few tickets if you want to go." And I said, "How much?" And she's like, "I got them for free through Mick Ultra." And I said, "Absolutely." So I called my son and I said, "Hey, Jack, do you want to go?" And he's like, "Yeah, right, Dad. There's no way. You know, it's Messi." I'm like, "I know." And he's like, "Absolutely." He's like, "Can I tell my friends?" I'm like, "Yeah." So I, myself, Clint, and Siebes piled in a car, and we drove down Tuesday morning. We got to Power and Light about noon. The game wasn't until 8 o'clock that night. The place is packed. I mean, there's probably, at Power and Light at that time, 2,000 to 3,000 Argentinians. I think that I'm saying that right. And they are already partying, singing, drinking. They kept getting these giant pizzas, and everyone would go nuts when they'd walk out with the giant pizza. And then the whole way up to the game, they sang. I was almost people watching more than I was watching the game. And then Messi scoring the hat trick. It was incredible. It was absolutely incredible.
I mean, I got to ask, too, just because I saw somebody kind of throwing some shade on Twitter, which you see a lot these days, but they were throwing shade at Arrowhead and saying, like, you know, why is there a World Cup game being played at Arrowhead? This is one of the worst NFL stadiums, like, as far as, like, the backdrop and everything. And I'm like, people don't quite literally understand, like, what the tailgating experience is like at Arrowhead, and really the soccer community in Kansas City, too, is incredible.
Yeah.
Can you just speak to, like, what it was like to see that stadium transformed into, you know, a World Cup atmosphere where you have just, like, two you know, rabid fan bases from these two countries kind of colliding in one place, and seeing Arrowhead kind of taking over?
Andrew was able to speak, because he speaks Spanish and very well, so that was actually a nice part of it. I can tell you right now, their fans did not think that. They thought it was incredible. As a Chiefs fan, it was weird because they had stripped almost
red.
Yeah, there's no red. The only thing that was left up there was the giant banner with the Super Bowl champions at the top. Other than that, you would not know you were at Arrowhead. You would have no idea. But 70,000 people going nuts the entire game, and I've been to a lot of games at Arrowhead. It probably was the best experience I've had there.
Wow.
I mean, it was that neat of an atmosphere. And, you know, Arrowhead's already loud. I think they had the decibel, and it hit like 112, which isn't, you know, close to what a Chiefs game was. But that was a duration of 90 minutes. They didn't stop. They don't stop the entire game. Like, you know, there's no TV timeouts. They are singing, dancing, ripping their shirts off for 90 minutes, and I had never seen anything like that.
And the P&L, too. I mean, like...
Yeah, Power and Light was crazy.
What was that like?
You couldn't walk. But it was also, like I said, it was just people watching was extraordinary. Anywhere you look, and everyone was so happy and so, like... It was just a good vibe.
Yeah.
The vibes were awesome. Yeah.
That's awesome.
So what you're telling me is it didn't seem like, even though the Americans weren't playing, like what we hear about Super Bowls, where a lot of the crowd isn't fans of either of the teams, and it's sort of an antiseptic, neutral atmosphere. Not at all, huh? I mean, because there were plenty of Americans there.
Oh, absolutely, yeah.
But everybody's just reveling in the World Cup, and I'm going to guess it was mostly felt like an Argentinian home game.
90%.
Yeah.
And then, most of the Americans that were there, you could tell that they got their jerseys from Shields or Amazon the day before. But, I mean, it would probably.
Hey, Costco right here,
yeah,
man.
Right. Yeah, I mean, whatever it takes. I mean, I went to Shields here before trying to get one, and the guy was like, no, we're sold out.
Wow.
I mean, it was not even happening in Sioux Falls.
Yeah.
Well, how has it been here? Last time we were here at kRav'N, this is the brand new American Outlaws official watch party place, the place to go in Sioux Falls to really watch the biggest soccer games in the world with the biggest soccer fans in town. And you were a little worried because it had been at the other place for so many years that people might not swing on over here. I saw the pictures, man. The first night was incredible. That was a Friday night, right? Which certainly helped. But the second game was a Friday late afternoon. So, I mean, I'd love to hear it in your own words, but I'm sure we're showing some pictures right now. Congratulations, Pete. The word got around, and this place is a banger to be at, and might even be tonight for a kind of a practice game.
Yeah, it was the first Friday game was incredible. Being at night, we had the big screen outside. So, and then this fast forward to the next Friday, you kind of had the little weather, it was raining right up until kickoff, and I was nervous. I always am. Like, hey, how's this going to turn out? It was bigger. It was bigger. I know the neighbors around here were like, where are all these cars? And I said, I assured them, I was like, hey, after the game, it'll kind of clear out. But you had Jesse and Mark on the grill outside to help alleviate some of the kitchen, give them a break. We had beer tents. The staff was incredible. They were rock stars. And then the atmosphere, keep winning. They keep scoring, and it's just going to – I think Wednesday – next week will be get here early. Get here early.
Do you think it's a little bit of just the fever? Like, people are realizing that this team is, the expectations are different this year. And I mean, I've spoken about it too. And, winning back-to-back games of the World Cup, they haven't done it since, the 30s, right? The first World Cup?
Yeah.
And just to see the way this team is playing right now, I think people are kind of catching on. How much does that play into it? And how does it really compare to kind of previous watch parties that you've seen with the Outlaws?
Yeah, there's hope now. We kind of briefly touched on it with Clint, saying we didn't know what to expect. I said they got to score a lot of goals. They're scoring a lot of goals. Yeah. And then that's alleviating their defensive woes because we're up, and they've kept the pressure on. And it's just now you got the casual fans. We shared a deal on our Facebook today. It was like, hey, you want to go watch World Cup? And he's like, I don't know. And then he's like, America's playing. All of a sudden the guy's in a USA hat, and he's got the Freebird blast, and he's like, yeah, we're going to go drink beers and we're going to cheer on America. And I think that's kind of the general consensus of a lot of people. At first, like, I don't really care. Well, it's like hockey. Now everyone's like, hey, when's the next game? What? Yeah. And I hate to, it's cliche. The belief is there now.
Well, and I think I've said this on the show before, John, but in years past, it feels like in the second half of games, of World Cup games, maybe the U.S. will be up a goal, or it'll be a tie game, and I never really truly feel comfortable. Now the vibe is totally different. I'm like, there are times in the second half where I've watched both games at Orion, and both times when I've watched the second half, I've kind of just been in and out. Like, I'm having conversations. I'm not really as fixed on the game as I would be because I just feel confident about the team. And I feel like just structurally, everything I'm seeing too, I haven't seen a better attack from a U.S. men's national team than I'm seeing right now. And, I mean, they just seem really dialed in. Russell Crowe's got them dialed in.
Yes, that's it. Yeah, it feels like we're watching the women's team.
Yes,
you know what I mean. We're like, we got
really
this.
Does.
It's awesome. It's awesome.
Why is that? I mean, how is it? And without their best player too. I mean, how has that blossomed so well? And then the back end of that is, well, what happens when he comes back? Is there any concern of chemistry issues, or not at all? Because you got your striker.
The knockout round's going to be a different beast, right?
Absolutely. And I think pretty much we got Bosnia. I think that's
almost locked in.
Yeah,
just not certified yet.
Yeah, and we match up really well against them, and then you kind of take
look at
crazy,
the next round.
Peek, and you're like, well, we could actually win that.
They can get to the quarters. Like, the path to the quarters is there.
Yes, and then you put that team on paper, like we said earlier. It's on paper we're a very good team, but they've actually for once shown it
Yeah.
on the pitch. And
I think they've shown versatility
yeah,
too,
absolutely.
like tons of versatility.
Yep.
It just seems like there's ways to counter teams that are so aggressive, offensively. And from what I'm seeing from this team, there aren't a whole lot of weaknesses compared to what we've seen in the past.
Yeah, and they have this swagger, and once you get any of those guys, you get that confidence going. Look out.
Yeah.
All right. Have there been some viewings of are you showing some of the other games here as well, the non-American games?
Absolutely. We had a bunch of people here for France the other day. Mexico brings in a bunch.
Right.
And, I know a lot of them go to Incas and support them with Julio, and I've heard those watch parties there are a lot of fun. I
know Rich of Brazil's doing a Brazilian watch party too.
Which is great. I love pulling up my Facebook and seeing other places advertise, hey, we're showing the World Cup.
Mm-hmm.
I think that helps grow the game, and I think people are realizing, hey, people don't want to just watch football, baseball, whatever. We got soccer.
We didn't really even get to touch on it, but what was it like just to see Messi play live like that?
It's awesome. I mean,
Get the hat trick too,
and he just walks.
Yeah.
He walks. He doesn't run. I said to my son,
saunters.
I was like, it's like a great white shark. He just kind of sits there, and then when he attacks, it's over. And then watching every time he touches the ball, you guys, 60,000 people were just
unbelievable.
It was goosebumps.
Kind of a religious experience.
It really was. Yeah, that's the best way to put it. And it was. I asked my son afterwards. I'm like, hey, do you want to get a jersey? Well, yeah, he ended up with a Messi jersey.
Of course.
Yeah.
So we know it's Bosnia, right? Wednesday,
All
probably.
But, yeah, 90% chance.
Okay.
Yeah.
And then it kind of feels like we have a good idea. That's the quote unquote knockout round, and that's the round of 32.
Yep.
And this is all single elimination from here on out. is
Yep.
it not?
Knockout is. Yep.
Okay, so you get to 16, and I believe you mentioned it. I think that we're supposed to be favored in that game, no matter who we play as well, and who is. And I heard somebody already project who that's probably going to be, but it doesn't matter. Americans are favored. Like at this point, again, look at Vegas boards, somewhere around 8th or 9th right now, and then that's. So I want to have the fun of potentially looking ahead to that. Like, what holds the Americans back now that you're likely running into France, Germany, Argentina, powerhouses like that?
The way it's set up, and correct me if I'm wrong, we probably wouldn't see Argentina until the championship.
Yeah, it wouldn't be.
And we wouldn't. The only one would be, I think, Spain, right?
Yeah, on the other
Germany's
side.
on the other side. Like, so somehow, I'm sure FIFA, it's a little corrupt. It made it. Yeah, weird. I know. If I end up missing, it was them. It's set up really nice for USA to make this run.
Yeah, I mean, I think too, just looking at this team, I think the thing you're going to start to see the most is can the chemistry hold up?
Yep.
Because you're going to start to see teams that, I mean, Spain,
Yep.
France, Argentina, some of these teams, they have put together runs in the World Cup because they've been playing together, in Europe for years and years and years, and the United States, their model has really shifted this World Cup where they were so kind of focused on homegrown talent in the past. Now they've shifted to that, bringing in some of those European players and really trying to find the best talent. And I think a lot of it too, it's similar to what you saw, when the U.S. won its hockey.
Yep.
You're just trying to find the right guys in the right spots.
Yep.
And I mean, chemistry, right? Like that to me, that seems like the big thing.
Yeah.
Right? Can that hold up in the knockout round?
Yeah, it'll be interesting to see what happens when they're down.
Yeah, 100%. Because they haven't really encountered that adversity yet.
So that'll be when if they get hit and knocked first, how do they respond?
Yep.
I think they can.
For those coming kind of late to the World Cup party, besides the American games, who would you recommend? Just players to watch. I mean, again, the teams to watch. You guys have mentioned some of them: France, Spain.
Yeah.
There's Argentina. Who are the players? I gotta watch this guy because I know there's a guy from England. I think there's a guy from Norway who looks like Thor. That looks like a tight end. Like the Gronk of American soccer. Like if somebody was actually I kind of want to get into this, and maybe even when the Americans aren't playing, because it is a week between most games. Who would you recommend them watching?
Well, Leo, obviously.
Yeah,
but,
yeah.
I mean, I'd also – Kylian Mbappe has had an unbelievable World Cup again.
Yep.
I believe he's he's now tied for second
Yep.
most World Cup goals. Messi has the lead now. He's got 18? And Mbappe's up there with 16.
Yeah.
And he's been unbelievable to watch too.
Yeah, they're on each team. They do a really good job Fox has done a great job talking about the players prior, so it kind of gives you a little. If you tune in a half hour before, they'll kind of be like, "Hey, this is a person you need to watch for," and they've nailed it. You know what I mean? They're like, "Hey, watch for this guy on his left," and he hits one. So they've done a great job. But Ronaldo, Messi, it's the last dance. If they're playing, turn on the TV.
Yeah, Ronaldo turned it on too last game.
Yeah, he needed to.
He definitely needed to.
Hey, just one more time. It's kRav'N, American Outlaws watch party. If you're looking at a lot of space here, I think that's the good thing. Is it seems like that's where everybody's going to be, right? Well, sure, but there's a lot of space indoors and outdoors to accommodate it. I mean, I think I saw some people bring out their kind of lawn chairs to watch. You have a big screen outside and tons of screens on the inside. Anything else people should know if they come to any of these American watch parties like tonight or next Wednesday at kRav'N?
I know it's a quote-unquote meaningless game, right? But I got to come out and see this. I just want to see the atmosphere, so I think we're going to come out tonight.
Yeah, absolutely. And that screen it's remarkable. We've had people asking me, like, hey, how do I rent this? I'm like, well, for the whole World Cup, it's ours. Yeah. After that, I'll give you the name and number. But for all the USA games, we will have it. Bring your lawn chairs. You can stop by the American Outlaw tent. If you were getting into it, you sign up, you get a shirt, you get a scarf. It's just come ready to cheer on USA. Come ready to party.
All right.
Yeah.
Anything else, Trent?
No, man.
We're good.
Sounds awesome.
Jackson Rentschler, kRav'N, 69th and Louise. Appreciate it, Jackson. Thanks for stopping in. He'll be slinging. Are you going to be slinging drinks or a full throttle fan?
I'm going to be a fan. I do have to get back and rewatch it after the games, but yeah, full fan.
Oh. Yeah. So it's easy to tell when things are going well or not, though.
Yeah.
All right. For Jackson Rentschler, Trent Singer, video producer Cordell Wright, I am John. Happy hour. Cheers and go USA.
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Cheers.
You need anything else, John?
No, I think I'm good, Greg. I think I'm going to tap out.
All right. Have a good night.